Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us here today for the update on a homicide investigation. My name is Lieutenant Andrew Belanca. I am the Director of Communications here at the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Joining me today to my right is Deputy Chief Swancheck over Criminal Investigations Division. Joining me on my left is Captain Steve Sessoms, who is in charge of Criminal Investigations Division and is overseeing the homicide. As we move forward, I'd like to do a quick recap of yesterday's events. So about 11 o'clock in the morning, cleaning staff at the hotel found a lady, female, laying on the floor unresponsive. They notified 911, and approximately 11:14 a.m., St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office deputies and St. Lucie County Fire Rescue arrived about simultaneously at 11:14 a.m. A few moments later, Fire Rescue pronounced the female deceased. At approximately 3 p.m. in the afternoon, members of the 19th Judicial Circuit, medical examiners, investigators arrived at the scene. After conducting a thorough examination and additional investigation, it was deemed at about 4:19 p.m. that we in fact had a homicide investigation. Now, if you recall yesterday, I made a reference about the hotel room being paid for with a credit card by a male, but the credit card belonged to a female. I can at this time confirm that that credit card did belong to the victim, and our victim is positively identified as Miss Toni Lynn Marie Traub, 58 years old, of Port St. Lucie. I can also confirm at this time that the male has been identified. His name is Carlos Tito Caban, 51 years old, from Fort Pierce, Florida. Now, what I can tell you about Mr. Caban is Mr. Caban served time in prison for sexual battery. He was released in 2023. Mr. Caban moved to St. Lucie County in 2025 and registered with the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office as a sex offender. At this time, we are not able to confirm if Mr. Caban is gainfully employed anywhere. Today, at about 11 o'clock this morning, our detectives were notified by authorities in Tifton, Georgia, that Caban was stopped driving the victim's vehicle in Tifton. This stop was conducted by the Tifton Police Department. Mr. Caban was in the presence of another female who will remain unidentified at this time. What I can share with you is that the female, what we learned from the authorities in Georgia, the female made acquaintance with Caban in the Orlando, Florida area. During their interaction, Caban told her that he was going to be traveling to New York. She said that she had nothing to do and asked if she could go along for the ride, and thus the adventure began. Caban is currently facing charges out of Florida that are going to be related to sex offender violations with his imposed conditions. I can also tell you that as of approximately 11:30 today, we have detectives that are en route to Georgia to meet with the authorities in furtherance of this investigation. This investigation is a very active and very fluid homicide investigation, as you see. We will be able to and be willing to update as more information becomes available. At this time, if you have any questions, and I would also, on behalf of Sheriff Del Toro and all the men and women of the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office, we would like to express our sincere condolences and our prayers to the Traub family in this dire time.